I've heard that. I've heard that. I'm pretty sure there's, if you do Google it, there'll be a side by side, if not a comparison there.
Exactly.
But
Hmm.
getting back to League of Legends, because you were like, Destiny's not for me, and you got the Xbox One, but you are pretty addicted to League of Legends. You played Rise because you said he was pretty strong and you enjoyed him. Would you say that's your favorite champion, or do you have a different favorite champion?
Oh no, he's certainly not my favorite champion since once I actually got used to the mechanics of more champions and worked out, I mean, Rise has had a rework since when I started playing him, but there was just so many more characters as I started buying champions and that. I was like, he looks cool, he looks cool, he looks cool, Uh, and then I played Master Yi game, um, and I just absolutely terminated. And he's so fun. Like once you get a bit of gear, he can be shut down pretty easily. But at the same time, if you have some fun on him, get some gear, you can just go around terminating the team. He just alpha striking looks really cool. You don't have to do much to. There's no skill shots involved, so for the lesser player, he can be pretty powerful as well. Yeah, he's my favorite champ by far. Master Yi is. He looks cool. He's got a lot of damage in his kit. You and he can carry a game if the other team let him.
Nice, very nice. So you made a position or transition, I should say, from Rise to Master Yi. So I'm guessing you go in the top lane with Master Yi, or you're jungler,
Mm.
or you just Master Yi support. You're rebel and you fuck the meta.
No, no. No, I was like fuck no matter, but no, I did jungle with him all the time, and then I don't know. I got to a point as I did play a lot of games with you like last season. That's where I started climbing my elo back up because I was actually like bronze 4 at one point. I was like, oh my god, I'm doing bad. So I started playing Yi, winning loads of games with him, climbing it back up. I was like, I'm just gonna play Master Yi jungle. But then obviously this season, the meta's completely thrown it out. It's tank meta, and I couldn't really play Yi at all. So I haven't played many games on him. Not until this patch, most recent patch, where the meta's swinging back a bit,
Mhm.
that I could probably play Yi now. I have seen a lot of people playing him just recently, so I could probably turn on him. But I decided, as you know, off scene, Akali. Don't know, ask me why it came to Akali. But I was I went away from the jungle favorite and started to really like mid lane, and that is the lane now I really enjoy playing. Because obviously that's where the mages play,
Mhm.
and there's the assassins there. Well, I was trying to play in mid. I was like looking at mid lane, and I'm thinking, right, I don't want to play Katarina or stuff, and so she gets banned a lot in solo queue anyway. I want to play a champ that's kind of got a bit of getaway, can blow someone off, can carry a game basically. Because I was liking Oriana and stuff, but she's easy to be ganked and she hasn't got the mobility like your Katarina, like your LeBlanc and stuff. So I was like, what champ can I play? And I sat there and I just went, oh, I'm going to play Carly. No one really bans her anymore because there's a lot of stronger bans and people think she's not that great. So I was like, I'm just going to play a Carly from now on.
Mhm.
So that I've tried to stick to it. I mean, if you look at my match history for the past couple of days, I think I've got a game on there where I went 21-7 or something like that on a Carly, and basically the other team just put GG a Carly, because we won in 23 minutes or something like that. So I was nearly averaging a kill per minute. I
Mhm.
absolutely destroyed. So yeah, I've tried to stick to it now. There is now and then where I go, or I've lost 3 games straight as a Carly. Maybe I should play something else. So I'll play a couple of games as something else, and then I'm like, no, back to the Akali. Must stay on the Akali. So I am trying to stick at it, and she is really enjoyable now. But like I say, maybe the Master Yi might come back in as this meta kind of swings
It's
back into
possible.
favor. Mm.
Especially with the updates they're doing in the jungle, it seems like the carry jungles are coming back and the tank jungles are gonna die. So,
Well, I have heard some item being brought out or something for the jungle, but I don't know what it is. I haven't read much into it, but apparently it's going to be really good for Master Yi because he'll like his Alpha Strikes. You will just get reset after reset.
mhm.
So apparently he's going to be really strong. I don't know what this item is, but that's what I was listening to on a pro stream the other day.
I think it's the Devour, the enchant for Devour. They're reworking the whole thing, and it's just the regen and all that it has in it. It's just really, really, really strong right now. And It doesn't look like they haven't reworked it or touched it much, and they might go with it for the first week or two before they nerf it, but we'll
Mm.
see how that goes. So you're more of a mid laner now. Your favorite champions would be Akali and Master Yi. Do you have a favorite skin?
I've got the Knight Headhunter for Carly. Master Yi, I've got the, I don't know what you call it. Is it the chosen one? The one that looks like your Star Wars, basically, because the lightsaber when you swing it, zoom, zoom, makes the noise. It's pretty cool. Headhunter one, uh, just because it probably looks the most evil looking.
Mhm.
The other Akali ones, the Nurse Akali, they look pretty cool, man. But probably the Headhunter is my most. It's not amazing skin. I don't know if they could make great looking skins for Akali. Like you've got the mecha ones and stuff. They look really cool. Some of the skins for Rek'Sai look cool. There is champs out there which have got really nice looking skins. Just Akali, I haven't seen one yet that I fell in love with. But yeah, the Headhunter one's just the one I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool.
Nice, nice. So now you have this background. You play World of Warcraft. You're dying out. Get to League of Legends. Got the Xbox One, but you're pretty addicted to League. You mentioned earlier that your friend got you into Twitch.
Hmm.
How did that all start? You just like start streaming or
Well,
look at
basically,
this?
where I work, my friend came up to me. It's in a bit of a ridiculous idea, to be fair. But if we'd locked onto it then, I suppose we could have been a bit stronger in the scene now. But it was before Twitch was really known by anyone. He come to me and he goes, "I've got this idea. Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "What's the idea?" And he says, "Well, me, you, and a couple of us, we're all into our games, aren't we?" I was like, "Yeah." So he says, "I want to start this thing up where we record our games or we stream them." I was like, "Stream them?" He's like, "Yeah." He says, "I've come across this website called Twitch and all this." And like I say, at that point, Twitch wasn't so big.
Hmm.
So he's like, "We'll do all these games, we'll play games, and people will watch us." Like, who's going to watch us play games? Seriously, I was like, "There's loads of videos on YouTube of people playing games. It's so hard to get it out there." I was like, "Dude, if you want to do it, we'll do it as a hobby. We'll try and do it." And he's like, "Yeah, I want to do podcasts." But originally, he wanted to do it about videos, like films as well, and comic books. And I said to him, this sector, what he's trying to go for. There was only five of us doing it. It was far too large, and I said, and he did start out that way. And a couple of months into it, I says, no, we need to focus on one area. We're all into our games. We go into the gaming area. He was like, right, okay, I agree. So then, at this point, Twitch had got a lot bigger, and so many months of mentioning it. And he was like, why are you streaming on Twitch? And I was like, no, I don't know really what to do. And he's like, get streaming. He's like, stream Halo or stream whatever you're playing. I was like, well, I'm playing League of Legends. He's like, stream it. But by the time I came to streaming, obviously I looked on League of Legends. I was like, wow, there's loads of people streaming on here. I'm never going to be seen. And then I was just flipping down the list of people, and it was just thousands of thousands. I was like, oh god. But I think if I'd got onto it a bit sooner, I know obviously you got the pros and stuff, because how it seems to work on Twitch, like a game like comes out, and now because there's all these people that are well known on Twitch, you can never beat them in views basically. But there are certain games that before they're coming out, if you can get on there and get a couple of viewer base, that's then obviously you can work your way up. Well, if I'd got on there before Twitch had been big, maybe I might have been seen a bit more. Maybe I'd have a stronger viewer base right now. But that's my bad for not listening. Because like other games that I've played that aren't so popular, I do tend to get a lot of views on. But yeah, that's how I got introduced to Twitch, was by my friend, and then I was scrolling through. I was asking questions basically. This was before I was actually streaming. I was trying to ask questions on streams on League of Legends, uh, how to play League of Legends, and then I was trying to ask him how to set up my Twitch and stuff. And not you in these bigger streams, you can never get an answer because there's that many people talking. I was like, I'm fed up with this. Fed up with coming on a stream, trying to ask a question, and all you're getting is lists of bloody, oh, suck my dick and kappa kappa kappa, all that. Like, I'm asking a genuine question, and this guy won't read out my question or answer me. Won't even type it to me. So I was like, God damn this, I'm going down. So I just kept going down the list. Right, here we go. All right. just kept looking and looking. And I think you'd got your streamer label as gold, something at the time. I was like, gold seems high enough up the ranking for me. He's not got many views. He looks interesting. He looks normal. Right, I'm going to try this guy out. I'm going to ask him a few questions. And I think the first time I came in your stream, I come on there. I was like, hello, Tmzoids. And then I asked a random question or something about LOL. Oh no, you were just like, you answered me that question there and then. I was like, right, I'm hooked. This guy's good for me. Sorted. I'm going to come back daily and ask him questions.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I do remember the first time you came in, it was like, I think it was a League of Legends question, and then you started asking about streaming. And at first I was like, this guy is probably trolling the shit out of me because there's a lot of people that are like, oh, how do you get into streaming? And then I'm just like, this guy is fucking trolling me. But you keep coming back, and I'm like, oh, you're back.
Well, I think at first I got the impression that I got that impression from you and all the people with you at the time that like, who the hell is this guy? He's like the Spanish Inquisition. He's asking 60 questions a time. In the chat, it was just Canear all the way down asking questions, and I got the impression that you guys thought this guy is taking a piss. Wait, he's not interested in this. Well, I'd be coming home from work every day. Right, let's log on. Let's have a watch the team. We like to support him. I want to know some more bloody answers before I start streaming. You know, I didn't want to look like a plonker when I started streaming, but not knowing a thing about LOL and my stream blipping, and I wanted to know everything before I started. So you were the perfect guy to teach me the ways.
I appreciate it. Hopefully I did well. But oh man, that's funny. The 20 questions. It just brings back memories. And that's the great thing about Twitch, which I guess so. It was really your friend in retrospect. He was like, "Why aren't you streaming? Why aren't you streaming?" And then, of course, you wanted to know what you were getting into, so you wanted to ask questions, so you wanted to ask somebody that actually did it, you know. And you said the higher up people that you knew were like just not answering you, and there's 20,000 other people spamming, whatever the case may be. Find the stream, and then I answer your questions and get into it. So from that point, you're streaming, and you have this idea with your friend. It's Bottle Rocket, which isn't around too much anymore, but his idea is to do podcasts and talk about video games. Or what was the main focus about Bottle Rocket?
It was just the actual name Bottle Rocket. It was kind of like put all these ideas and shake it up and it fizz up and explode like a bottle, as in a sense, a fizzy pop bottle, I suppose. He just wanted it to be a gaming community, you know, a place. We'd set up Facebook, we'd set up Twitter, the YouTube. We just wanted it in a way. It was a bit like Twitch. We wanted a community where people came and shared their ideas with. We wanted to speak about new games that were coming out, old games, you know, IPs that people were doing. We just wanted to have that community there. Facebook wasn't necessarily the place to set it up, because that tends to be your friends, and a lot of your friends aren't into gaming and stuff, so it's very hard to get it out there. We found Twitter worked well. We'd retweet. I mean, I'm not a Twitter user at all. That was all him that used Twitter. I haven't got a clue on Twitter. I've never been on there really, and maybe I should have done. He'd tweet someone else's post or whatnot, and they'd retweet it through us. So it did broaden it up for us. The YouTube podcasts weren't really the place to put on YouTube for us. We did start off getting about 50 views every month and so, but then it did drop a bit. I don't know. So it was more, how could we get ourselves out there as this gaming community and make people feel like they can come and leave comments on our Facebook and stuff. So that's how we looked at, if we stream, maybe we'll pick up a viewer base and then they'll come to our Facebook after that, or come to our YouTube. Rather than, you can't go out there unless you've, like with gaming, like on YouTube, unless you find a niche in that video that someone's going to search for, and they're going to come to your video because you've got something that no one else has. It's very hard to get them to view your video. Like I say, that's why we went to Twitch. But again, Twitch is another place where it's also hard to get views. Coming towards the end of Bottle Rocket, though, when we finally worked out how to get this Bottle Rocket going, which was do podcast live because originally we were doing podcasts on YouTube once a week. Well, that was getting too much for the schedule, so I said, let's do a live one once a month on Twitch. Well, one of my mates took that as a joke, or we'll never get any views, we'll just sit there streaming to ourselves. Was with the first time we did a live podcast, we got, I think, 20 views straight away, and there was a couple of trolls in there, all calling your names and stuff, but there was genuine people in there asking questions, and what we were deciding to talk about, the games like coming out and whatnot, or games we played. They were asking genuine questions about and wanted to know more. So it was working, and we were getting people coming back, following us, and it started to increase the base. But then, like I say, I've explained to you out of call that me and my friend basically couldn't put the time into it enough to get it going. But it probably would have gone further, because on Twitch now there is actually a podcast channel, whereas there wasn't at first. A gaming channel, I think, or whatnot, where you can go and see the podcast or whatever, and it probably would have come about to start getting bigger if we kept on at it. But like I say, he got a side project to do, and we had to call Bottle Rocket there. But it was interesting at the time of doing it. I mean, we interviewed actual game designers, very interesting. I played a game on Steam. It was like a MMO sort of gun style game. Oh, I can't think what it was called. It was very badly made, to be fair, and it looked cool in the actual prospect of it, but the graphics was pants, and the game itself didn't work very well. But we did a couple of YouTube videos, and we tagged the company who made it, and we tweeted them, and they actually retweeted it, and they commented on our YouTube video and said thank you for taking the time and reviewing our game and stuff. So it was, like I say, it was going well, man. It was just, time is hard to put into it, especially when I found I wanted to stream more than do the podcast and do the other content that needed to do it. And I said, I can't possibly stream and do content and edit videos. I couldn't do it all. So, yeah, it is always, it comes down to time.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. When it comes to like setting up things like this, for example, like, time zones are completely different all over the world, and people, like I said to my last interviewees, it's just like everybody decides to move. It's like summertime hits, and they're like, "We're moving to a new house," and I'm like, "This is why." Why?
Yeah.
But it happens. Things get busy. You guys, move forward. It is what it is. But back to your own Twitch though, because Bottle Rocket died out, and you enjoy streaming now, and you enjoy doing what you're doing. How, I guess we can just start with the simple question. How did you come up with the theme? You kind of answered this earlier, but with Canear the Canary, the whole Tweety bird, what's the significance behind that? You mentioned my brother, of course, but...
Yeah, I mean, obviously, your brother came in the room, and he was asking you who you're talking to, and you said, oh, it's Canear, and he said Canary. And somehow, I don't know, like, you two obviously can't understand yourself, I don't know. But, so I found that pretty funny. And obviously, me and your brother had a bit of a laugh over that on your stream. So then, when I came to rebranding myself, I sat there with my missus. I had a friend on Skype at the time. I was like, guys, I need to rebrand myself. I've got to get rid of the Bottle Rocket, unfortunately. I've picked up a few followers and stuff. They're going to think it's a bit weird, but I need to do it. I need to rebrand myself and But I said, I need a theme. I felt like to make your Twitch channel more entertaining and bring more people in, you need a theme in a way, and something that's going to attract people in, like, oh, that's a bit different, rather than, oh, he's just got an overlay over his screen as every other 600 viewers have, streamers have. It's just another guy with an overlay. So I was like, oh, I want a theme. I was like, what should I do? And they were like, oh, why don't you go back to name Herman? I was like, right, and what will the theme be? I was like, people have come to know me as Canear. If I go back to Herman, it's going to throw it way out there. I still want the name Canear. So I said, I'll tell you what, never mind, I've got it. And they went, what? I said, I'm going to call myself Canear the Canary. And they were like, Canary? So I explained it and said, yeah, I pretty like it. Then I was like, right, I need pictures of canaries. So I was like, it's going to look a bit weird if I just have pictures of birds on a gaming channel. No, could have. So I was like, there's got to be something out there. I was like, oh yeah, and I knew myself like, a canary out of it was Tweety Bird. I was like, yeah, pretty cool. I'm just going to have the Tweety Bird. So I set up on it then. I'm going to have Tweety Bird, and then I could find GIFs as well already made of Tweety Bird and stuff. So I was like, easy. That's it. I'm having this. And then also like some of the like on my follower sound and stuff, I've got if someone ever donates to me, not that it has ever happened, but when it finally does, when I first get, I'll probably scream and jump to the roof when I first get that first donation. But I've got like a little GIF that comes up. It says thanks and that, but the actual sound that he does, he says something about it being a surprise and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And it just seems to have sat in place pretty well. And like I say, since I've been streaming as Canear the Canary, I've had a few followers from it. So it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I agree. Not to cut you off, if you wanted to finish there.
No. I was just humming to myself, basically.
No, but it's important, I think, for every streamer to set up some kind of theme or some kind of idea around their channel, and it's good, you have that idea and you're starting up again, you're branding yourself, which I'm guessing people are wondering where your Facebook and Twitter are, which is a good question to ask. Are you gonna start venturing out to your own social medias? You said you didn't really know what the hell Twitter was, or you don't really use it, but are you thinking about using those social medias just to reconnect and other ways to reach out to your people?
I think after doing the bottle rocket, I've definitely learned that Facebook probably isn't much needed for myself. That, in my eyes, that won't get me viewers, but I probably will set up a Facebook along the line once I've got a viewer base, because then, as yourself does, you can post when you're going live. As Bjergsen does and stuff, they can see different, you can post like images of the game and whatnot, and it's a place to talk with your viewer base that you already have. So I suppose I'll probably, once I get a viewer base, I mean, I've got one guy, Aiden, at the moment. He's coming back daily, so that's the start of it. Once I get a couple more viewers in that are daily and stuff, I've got that viewer base, I probably will set up the Facebook. The Twitter, I don't know. I don't know how it will help me become a bigger streamer / gamer, but maybe if down the road, I've got loads of people demanding that I have Twitter for some apparent reason, then I'll probably go for the Twitter. But at the moment, I've got no need for Facebook or the Twitter, like I say, until I get that viewer base.
All right, guys, you know what to do. Comment down below and tell them that he needs a Twitter, because how can you be a canary if you're not tweeting?
I'm not tweeting. No, I did. No, I knew you would bring this up. How can you be? It's probably the perfect place to tweet. But yeah, I don't know. We'll probably get there eventually. We'll probably be a tweet on there. Oh, no.
No, but it's fair enough. So you got your theme now, the Facebook and Twitter, maybe in the future, depending on how things are going. You plan on liking stream. So do you generally just stream League of Legends, or what do you like to stream? Just anything, or what you're feeling, or is there a specific game you play?
Because I spend a lot of time on League of Legends, I generally do stream League of Legends. I know that that's probably the hardest place to pick up viewers, but at the same time, I stream what I play. But I'm not one of these streamers, because you do get certain streamers that only play one game. They won't play another game. I'm not one of them streamers. I do just stream what I'm playing. I've got overlays on there for Diablo, overlays on there for Hearthstone. But that's another passion I've also come about. If I stream a game, I don't just want the game on the screen with me a webcam. I want an overlay that I've created on that stream. And if I've played Heroes of the Storm, which is the Blizzard version of League of Legends in a way. The overlay on there is very basic, but it's an overlay, and that's another passion I have doing. So, I mean, there's lots of the games I'm playing at the moment. Dirty Bomb is a shooting game that I'm playing. Obviously, I stream that a bit, although I haven't made an overlay yet for Dirty Bomb, so that'll have to be my next project. Yeah, I'm not just a League of Legends streamer. I love to stream all sorts of games, whatever I'm in the frame of mind for that day, basically.
Nice, nice. That's good. Always nice to have a diverse gamer. It's kind of weird because some people are very devoted to one game, so
Mm.
you may lose a person or there too, but they always come back when you go back to, the main game or whatever game you're playing that they enjoy.
Mm. Yeah, I tend to find that like if I've had 8 followers streaming Diablo, let's say, I'm not going to get them followers viewing me because I'm playing League of Legends and such. So I have found that, but that doesn't bother me at the same time. If they follow me because I am playing Diablo, uh, they haven't followed me in the right way as far as I'm concerned. I want them to follow me for who I am as a gamer,
Mhm.
not because I only play that one game. Now, if they only come back when I'm playing that one game, that's up to them, you know. But I want everybody to know who is following me. That, Luke, I'm going to be playing other games. If you want to come chill with me, come and chill with me. It's up to you, you know.
I agree. I agree. But I guess the toughest question, and probably my last question in this, the gauntlet that you're getting through, is where do you see yourself on Twitch in 5 years? If is it possible that we would see, you apply for that sub button, you streaming a lot more, maybe a potential future, aka job with Twitch, just streaming?
Well, at the moment, my job that I'm in is not a job that I enjoy. It's not a job that I can see myself in the next 5 years. I hope. I basically do it to because I've got a wife and kids. I basically do it to run my family. Um, Now, I want to. I am trained so far in computers. I have got a grade in computers. I want to go back and finish that basically on the hardware side. I want to. Where I want to be on the hardware side is either working on servers or building computers for a company. Um, so in the next 5 years, that's where I want to be job wise. Whether that means that, because at the moment it's hard to put down a lot of time for streaming. I've now set myself a schedule where I do about 4 hours, 3, 4 hours a day, and I do 4 to 5 days a week. So I try to stick as much as possible to that schedule. The days will be random, obviously, but I make sure Monday to Sunday, 7 days, I fit in 4 days at least in that week. On my nights off, obviously, I can stream. On my nights off, sometimes I stream 12, 13 hours because I'm just chilling, sitting on the computer, but it's a night off, so I've got the time to. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple of years, I'm in a different sort of job. I can put more time to streaming. And if that means I put more time to streaming and I get more viewer base, if I could turn it into a form of income, so that's job, I'd love that. But it's more of a hobby. I do it because I enjoy it. But at the same time, if I could get something back from it, that'd be great. If I could get a sub button going, be fantastic. But again, I can't imagine myself getting a sub button unless I get a viewer base because you have to apply to Twitch. I couldn't apply to Twitch and say, dude, I've got free viewers a day. Give me a sub button, man. I can't see it happening. so, so I've got to get that viewer base going. I've got to put the time and effort into streaming. I've worked out you've got to have a schedule. People love schedules. They they like people to say when you're streaming so they can come back. I can see myself. I find myself not being big-headed often. I find myself as an entertaining guy. So I could see myself up on the Twitch pages. Now, Twitch side, if they offer me a job on the backside of going and interviewing people, doing something like I was doing with the Bottle Rocket, interviewing with the games and stuff, I'd love that. You know, if I had to go to different conventions, I'd love that. But in 5 years' time, I'd just like to be in the job that I'm doing, in the job that I want to be doing, rather than what I'm doing at the moment, and still streaming, hopefully with a viewer base of around at least 50, rather than 5 maximum. So,
Slowly but surely, slowly but surely.
yeah.
But that is it. That is the first part of the interview. You've made it through. Are you okay? Are you sweating there? Did I give you any tough questions?
No, but I've probably chatted for too long. I
No,
do that all the time.
no, it's fine. People want to know more about you. They want to get you personally. That's why we do these things. But
Do
the
you want me
next,
just flick sorry, do you want me just flick a light on so you can see me a bit better on the camera? Because
uh,
it is starting to get a bit dull around here now, so
it's totally up to you if you want to flick on a light. We're almost done with the interview, so it's not going to be too much longer here.
we'll leave it then. I'll just sit. I'll sit fine.
The next part is the rapid fire questions. It's the real make or break for a lot of people, the exciting part. Are you
Woohoo!
nervous? Are you excited?
Excited. Yeah.
All right, of course, the easiest one first off the bat is hamburger or hot dogs?
Yeah, hot dogs,
Ice cream or cake?
ice cream,
Pizza or Chinese food?
pizza.
Dang, you're pretty confident in these. Pirates or ninjas?
Oh, definitely ninjas.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl. Night
World.
owl, should I say? Night owl.
Oh goodness, the puns, the puns. World of Warcraft or RuneScape?
A World of Warcraft.
Anime or cartoons?
Cartoons.
No cell phone or no internet?
No cell phone.
Dang. Harry Potter or Lords of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
iPhone or Android?
Android.
Dang, you passed this with I gotta give it to you. Like you're the first person who's not been like stumped. You're just like this, and
And
that
that's it. Let's get it out of the way.
that was probably the most rapid fire questions I've had. I appreciate it. But at this point, I will leave it to you. You can say whatever you want, shout out whatever you want. Of course, his link will be down below. His Twitch, of course, because he doesn't have a Twitter or Facebook. But Canear, I'll leave it to you, and then we'll say our goodbyes. So there you go.
I've not really got any shout outs. I just want to say thank you to anyone that does follow me, any support that comes my way, and also thank you to all the people that follow Tony as well on his stream. Thank you very much.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Canear. As I always say, I can't do it without you guys. You guys make the show, so I appreciate you coming on. I really learned a lot about you. You know, you're a Sonic fan. I don't know if we could just have the same friendship anymore. No, I kid. But I do truly appreciate it. Like I said, I can't do it without you. And thank you for taking the time. I know the time zones are weird, and I know you have to go to work later. And I appreciate you staying up and filming one of these with me. So I truly appreciate it. And everybody should go check him out. He's a nice guy. You know, give him a little crap and make sure he gets a Twitter eventually and get some tweets going.
Just some
but
tweets go.
but thank you again, Canear, and thank you everybody for watching. And we'll see you next time, guys.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye bye, guys.